The United States of America has had a long and rough road to equality. During these difficult times in our history, those fighting for civil rights took a stand. Alexander Talmadge from the Port of Philadelphia and Edward Brown from the Port of Hampton Roads, Virginia, were longtime members of the International Longshoremen's Association. They wanted to see all dock workers treated fairly. They helped grow the ILA into a symbol of strength and diversity. The ILA honored these men by creating the Alexander Talmadge Edward L. Brown Sr. Civil, Human, and Women's Rights Committee, which is now known as the ILA Civil Rights Committee. In October, this group held its second annual awards dinner in Philadelphia to honor Dennis Daggett, President of the Atlantic Coast District and Local 1804-1.
So tonight we recognize Dennis Daggett, President of the Atlantic Coast District, for his continual quest for justice and equality for all in the ILA.
Mr. Daggett, son of Harold Daggett, President of the ILA, is a young man being recognized across the nation as a leader dedicated to education and service as an advocate for the preservation of civil rights.
You know, I have this Daggett gene in me where I have a tendency to get a little emotional when I speak about family, friends, and a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and that's civil, human, and women's rights. And my parents always had the door open. It didn't matter what race you were, what ethnic background, what religion, and quite frankly, what sexual orientation. If you were a good human being with a good heart, our door was always open for you.
I am inspired by his passion and conviction to fight discrimination in whatever ugly form it takes. That's my son, Dennis.
Also at the dinner were the families of Alexander Talmadge and Edward Brown Sr., who accepted honors on behalf of these ILA legends.
I want to thank you all. This brings back a lot of memories, and I'm so glad to see the people that I met. I don't even know what to say, but thank you.
I feel the need to show some internal love. First and foremost, Dennis Daggett, can you raise your hand for me? I've never done this before in front of so many people, but I'm man enough to tell you that I love you.
I knew Dr. Brown when I was a young kid, running around the conventions, but I also was fortunate enough to be able to work with him. And I consider Dr. Brown one of my mentors, not only in the labor movement, but in life itself.
Equal rights for women is also high on the agenda for the committee. The percentage of women in the ILA is 15% of total membership, and that number continues to grow.
We have a significant amount of women that actually do work on the docks, and getting our message out about the history of civil rights and the fact that being in a union that affords us equal pay through the collective bargaining process, and how important that is to civil rights, because that gives us equal pay and it gives us the equal opportunities to all the men that we work with.
It's on us now to go back to our children and to our grandchildren and teach them good from bad and right from wrong. And I know this is going to sound corny, but if we all did that, this world would be a much, much better place.